Thank you. So I know we are quite few on the call. I don't know what's going on, but I hope others would join us as we go ahead. I know there's one Rachel here, but I think there's something wrong with Zoom. So please, if you are the one, I want you to unmute and introduce yourself. If you are the one that Zoom is naming as Rachel, please unmute and introduce yourself. Or just say hi in the chat and tell me your name. Okay, we're not going to waste much of your time. Again, my name is Rachel, and I'll be the lead this evening for the Get Employed pre-workshop for May edition. I want to welcome you once again for joining us tonight for this amazing session. Hopefully we'll be done within the stipulated time. This month's session, we are doing something very special and unique, which is we're giving people the opportunity to ask as many questions as they want and be able to get responses to the answer and to the questions. So I have on the call some of my teammates. You'll be hearing their voices as we go ahead. So once again, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm looking forward to hearing your voices and hearing your thoughts as we move on. Okay, so for the agenda today, quick introductions. I've introduced myself, and I hope you can also introduce yourself in the chat if you have much of the time to do that. Again, Prikkle Academy Rwanda, if you're joining us for the first time, Get Employed pre-workshop is hosted by Prikkle Academy Rwanda. And the idea is basically to support young people, students, and professionals in their career. We provide opportunities. We look for vetted and verified job opportunities for them. I'm going to be explaining a whole lot about what we do at Prikkle Academy, and you're going to understand more as we go on. So the agenda basically is to do an introduction, tell you about Prikkle Academy Rwanda, talk about why we are here, which is basically the Ask Your Question session. And of course, if you're on the call and if you have any question that you want to ask us or that came to your mind as we were answering some of the questions we've already received, you'll be free to answer them. Of course, give closing remarks and then we'll call it a day. I want to say that we're going to make this session as interactive as possible. We've sent out for the people who registered for this session, they've had opportunities to write some of the questions that they already have. So we have about 10 questions already that we're going to treat tonight. So if you're here tonight, I'm going to tell you that you're going to have an amazing session, amazing time learning, and hearing, even sharing your own thoughts about some of these questions that people are asking. So this is the format we are going to use. I'm going to read out the question. I'm throwing it to the audience. If you have any answers or responses to that, you're free to type in the chat as your response. You're free to unmute your mic and respond to that. And we also have with us our career coach, Fash, who will also, throw one or two things, shed more light in case we need more clarifications on the call. So let's just get to it. Prikkle Academy Rwanda, like I said, is a company that helps students and graduates, early career professions to turn their skills and education into decent jobs. Africa basically has, most countries in Africa has this issue with unemployment, underemployment. Prikkle Academy has taken it upon itself as an organization to, provide young people or graduates that, of course, subscribe or are in contact with us to gain the skills, the opportunities, their experiences to improve themselves, to get decent jobs globally. How do we do that? We equip them with topical tools, resources, which can be digital resources, online resources, even physical resources, because we also offer trainings and support to create, find, and get decent jobs globally. These are some of the partners we've been affiliated to, but we're not here because of that. We are here tonight basically because of you. So let's just move straight to the session. Like I said, this is Get Employed pre-workshop. It's a free session organized monthly by Prikkle Academy Rwanda. And this session, we're going to do something unique that we call Ask Your Questions. We've had 10 questions already, like I mentioned, and then I will be sharing them. So again, if you can hear me loud and clear, please let me see a thumbs up before we go ahead into the session. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so the first question we have on the screen here is, what is the easiest way to secure job online? This is actually sent in by Johnson. Sadly, Johnson is not here, but of course, we can also learn from this. What is the easiest way to secure job online? If you're on the call, you would like to take a stab at that. You're going to, if you like to answer that question, please let me know before I answer that. What is the easiest way to secure job online? Okay, so I'm going to answer that. The easiest way, in short, when you're looking for a job, I'm not sure that there are easiest way, because there are no way that people don't know about. But I would say that if you're looking at getting a job, online job, a remote job, or you're looking at getting working as a freelancer, because there's a difference between a freelancer and remote and a remote worker. There are a little bit differences. You can be a remote worker and a freelancer, but either way, even though we use it interchangeably, as what I'm trying to say is that this person is looking at a way of working as either a freelancer or working remotely. Number one thing is you have to have the skills to work remotely, because people who work remotely are usually high skill, because it means that you have a little bit of time management skills. You have a little, because it also means that you have to work on by yourself without much people looking all over your shoulders, waking up in the morning to to dress up and go to work. So it means that you have some time to yourself to do the things that you do. So first thing I would say, you should get the required skills, because when you have the skill, it's easier for people to, accept you to work from wherever you are across the world. So the first thing, and that's that. The second thing I will ask you to do is go to online platforms like Upwork, Fiverr. People use even Twitter. People use LinkedIn to get jobs. It depends on the one you are usually, comfortable with. Some people are more comfortable with LinkedIn. Some people are more comfortable with Twitter. Some people are more comfortable with some of these platform that I mentioned, Upwork, Fiverr, to get jobs online. So it depends on the one you are more comfortable with, the one you can quickly adapt to. That makes it easier. Looking for a job itself is a job. So I will say again that the best way is for you to have the required skills and go to any of the platforms that you feel that you're more comfortable with, and get yourself registered and do the search. If you put in the work, you do the search, it becomes easier for you. Johnson is not here, but I hope that answers the question. If there's anybody in the audience listening to me also who would like to, throw more light to that, please, you're welcome. You can put that in the chat, or you can, say something to that. Um, so I'm just going to move to question 2. Question 2 says, what is the secret behind getting job globally? What is the secret to getting job globally? The secret to getting a job globally or worldwide is that you have the required skill, because it also means that you're no longer competing with people in your country or people in your state. It means that you're competing with people who might even have better education than yours. So the secret is for you to up your skills. How do you up your skill? How do you improve yourself? By going online, of course, by getting the certificate like a degree, and also by going online. There are lots of platform online that you can visit to get courses for free. You can also pay for courses. For instance, if you want to get a job in maybe tech, because they said tech is the new oil. To get a job in tech, you can go to EDX, you can go to Coursera, Alexin. These are platforms, Udemy, where you can also see free courses or even paid courses that you can take to improve your skills. On some of these platforms, there are schools like at Stanford, Yale, and all of that universities who also have all these all these courses that they have on their platform that you can also learn from. So you need to improve your skills you need to keep at it and also have the mindset that you're no longer competing with people that you go to the same schools. We are competing with people who are from different climes, who may even have a better form of education than you, especially if you're in Africa. So the secret, the biggest secret I'm going to share with you tonight is for you to improve your skills, be the best you can be in the field that you want to get a job in. I hope that answers the question for Johnson again, who asked us. And sadly, Johnson is not with us tonight, but that's okay. We can learn from that. Again, if there's anybody who wants to share one or two things regarding that, please let me know. Drop a chat or unmute yourself and just raise up your hand so I can see you. Raise up your hand, unmute yourself, and you'll be free to talk. Okay, so let's move to the next question. The next question is, how can I reshape and get the best out of my career? Okay, so I'm taking that the context here is that this person is maybe studies one thing, maybe study a particular course. Maybe you study like physical education in school, in the university, or you study the course like maybe accounting in the university, and now you want to change your career track. You don't want to be an accountant. You want to be maybe a technical writer, or you want to be a data scientist, or you want to pivot into another career entirely, or you want to be a graphic designer. How do you make the best out of your career? The first thing I would say is that you need to have the skills that you get you into the career you want to make the best out of. You have to have something before you make the best out of it. You need to give yourself time, maybe a period of learning a lot of things. You need to learn about the career you want to go into. And also you need to network. You need to, for instance, go on your social media and follow experts in the field. People who you feel that are the field you want to go into, people who are already doing amazingly well in those fields. You need to, follow them on social media, listen to, like, read about the course you want to go into too. Listen to them, network. If there are events that are peculiar to the career you want to go into, by all means, please attend such events because it gives you a better understanding of the career you want to get into. It might not happen in a day, it might not happen in a month, but if you put the best of work, there's this saying that says, if there's something you want to be best at, if you keep at it for 100, if you can spend 100, can spend like 1,000 hours on it, you would be amazingly good at it. So it might take time, but to make the best out of your career and to reshape it, you need to put in the work. So I advise that you put in the work and do everything you need to do, network, follow people that has the same line of thought of the career, people you look up to in the field, follow them on social media, read about how they think. I think that can go a long way to help you make the best out of your career. And that's question 3. We have 7 more questions to go. Again, if you're still hearing me loud and clear, please let me know. Okay, I think the other person we have here has just left us. Also, it's just us now. But let me just go ahead. So I have these questions that is really, I really came out strongly in all of the questions. So different people, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 people asked a question very peculiar to this particular one. It's about motivation letter writing, cover letter, as well as experience. A lot of young people have issues with experience, and we cannot overemphasize that experience can be gotten in different ways. Experience doesn't necessarily mean that you go in the morning and close by 5 p.m. Experience does not mean that you leave your house. It has to be like a job, a formal job. There are different ways of getting experience. So different variables or different versions of this same question that we have here is number 1. This person in innocent is asking about motivation letter writing, cover letter, as well as experience. Chidima is asking that the question of how many years of experience you have before being given a chance to work has prevented many graduates, maybe of course, from getting the job. Then Alex said experience. Then Enata said most of job applications requires job experience. So what can be done when you're a fresh graduate without a lot of experience? I mean, every organization is set out to, achieve a particular goal. And they want people who they want on their team to be able to meet those goals, to be able to help them to be able to work together with them to achieve the vision of the organization. That is why experience is very paramount. So as a young person, I know most of people on the call will be graduates. It's never too late, but for us for people who are still has people in the university or in the colleges, it's better you tell them that experience, can even start while you're in school. That internship program that you go for, that business that you manage with your sister, that business that you manage with your mom can count as experience. Even being a firstborn can count as an experience for a leadership position. So experience does not have to be formal. It can also be informal. I think the challenge is that most of us look at experience in terms of, like I said, formal job. It's not like that. Experience basically means that you have an idea of what is being asked of you. For instance, you want a job as a salesperson, and then they're asking for 2 years of experience, and you are fresh out of graduate, like Enata pointed out. Most of applications require job experience. And look at you, fresh out of school, you want a job, you're passionate about sales, but you feel you don't have the formal experience. But you've done internship, you've stayed in maybe since you are even 5 or 4. You've been in your mom's shop selling, maybe she sells something small, like a small provision store where they sell bread, milk, sugar, those stuff like that. And you've been helping her. That's a sales experience. That can also count for a customer service experience because you're relating with customers who wants to buy from your mom. You give them change, you ask them questions, is this what you want? Oh, I want to buy, the customer is saying, I want to buy bread. I say, oh yeah, bread. Yes, we have bread, but do you want to buy maybe tea along with it? Do you want milk along with it? This is an experience. So it depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you do the framing while you are putting your CV together. And interesting, there's something I didn't mention when I started this call. Some of these questions that have been asked, Prikkle Academy has, you know, crafted new, understand the niche, understand the market of how people feel about some of these things. And that is why we have different courses that addresses this. For the person that is asking about the experience, for instance, you can attend one of our courses on CV optimization. We help you take you through a process to discover yourself, all those experience that you think you don't have. We help you to think deeply about who you are as a person, and then you understand what the experience is and how that experience can help you in the former job you are looking for. So you can take any our courses on CV writing, and you know that you have a lot of experience. This person is talking about motivation letter too. Motivation letter, cover letter, sometimes they might be used interchangeably, and they may have different, just little differences. Motivation letter is basically, why do you want the job? Is your why, is your reason for wanting maybe the scholarship program, or why did you be accepted to the program? Your cover letter is something that is also supposed to persuade people who are reading about you. They can see your CV, but your cover letter gives a deeper context of some of the experiences you have. So in your CV, you can say, oh, I work at so place for 2 years. I was able to achieve 1, 2, 3 things. But in your cover letter, you go deeper by saying, oh, I worked for 3 or 2 years, for a year. I worked at this place, and there was a time that I was able to do this, do that. It's more of your stories. It gives you like the opportunity to broaden some of the things you have on your CV. Motivation letter can also be similar, because you'll be able to tie what you've done and what motivated you to want to take up this new role. So there might be slightly differences, but sometimes once you have a good cover letter, it's easier for you to draft a better motivation letter. So again, if you need help with any of this, please reach out to Prikkle Academy Rwanda. We will do that for you. We will help you to do that by yourself, actually. We don't do that for you. We help you to do that by yourself for a little amount of money. It's not free. You have to pay a little amount of money. Again, if you have questions, please let me know so that I know that you are understanding what I'm trying to say. Okay, the next question we have here is, I think I am anxious during interviews. What can I do? When I saw this question, I was really, it took me back. It took me back. The thing is, everybody gets anxious during interviews. It happens to even the best of us. So you don't have to think it's something that is happening to only you. It happens to even the best of us. And the reason why you're anxious during interview is because sometimes we feel that, oh, this person, a rejection from them might mean that I'm not good enough. A rejection from them might mean that, oh, I've lost a source of income. But the truth is, we both need each other, the employer and the employee, we need each other. So if you're at the other side of the table, it's good to feel anxious, but with adequate preparation, it gets better. So I'm just going to tell you that make sure that before you go for your interview, you are prepared. You read your cover letter, you read your CV, you understand yourself better. Questions can come from different angles. For instance, you might prepare that they're going to ask you, all these behavioral questions that people ask during interview. Tell me about yourself. Questions like, tell me about yourself. Why should we choose you? Is there a time there's a conflict? How you be able to rectify it? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? These are behavioral questions that that are very peculiar to most interview. And one of the best things you can do is sometimes you have to practice all those questions, be able to answer, tell me about yourself, off the top of your head. So if I'm coming an interview and I'm asking you, tell me about yourself, and you just said, my name is Rachel, and I'm here for the interview, it doesn't speak well about you. But when you're adequately prepared, you're saying, oh, my name is Rachel, I'm this, that. I'm the program's manager at Prikkle Academy Rwanda. In the last 5 years, I've worked in different organizations, working in programs, managing projects. I've managed like different projects as to with youth, education, and all of that. And I'm looking at bringing all these experiences that I've had over the years, tying everything together to be able to move the new organization. You can mention the move organization, bringing all these skills that I've acquired over the years to the organization to support and make sure that this are achieved. It shows that you've read about the organization, and it also shows that that you know what you're saying. And so Annette has a question here that says, so can we ignore those years they always mention? Because sometimes they ask proven experience. How are we going to stand out from that? Okay, so I'm not asking you to ignore those years. There's a reason why they ask those questions. If you come for any of our program, we're going to explain to you that sometimes when they write out JDs, job descriptions, so job descriptions basically means what they want, the job requirement rather. What they want, the job requirement, if you meet 80% of what is required in what is listed, you can apply for the job. That's usually what we say. You can apply for the job. I'm not saying you should ignore the years. I'm just saying that if they're asking you, there's something called early career, mid-career, and of course, expert, senior management level. If you are in between 0 to 1 year, you are still in between 0 to 2 years, you are still in your early career. So if, for instance, the job is asking you for 2 years experience, 2 years job experience, and you have a year and a half, you can apply for the job. So far, you can say, oh, this is what I've done in the last few years. If they're asking for 5 years experience and you have 3 to 4 years, you can apply and say, oh, but don't forget there may be specific reason. Be asking for 5 years experience, it means that they don't want an early career person to apply. So if you are fresh out of school and they are asking you for 5 years experience, you might not be able to meet up because there are certain things that you understand when you are on the job. There are certain things you can't read in book. It's until you're able to do it, then you understand better. I hope I answered that question well. So how are we going to stand out from that? I think I've explained. Okay, thank you. I see that you get that. So again, to Jane, what I would say is that the best way not to be anxious is to practice. And again, Prikkle Academy has a course called mock interviews. Before you go for your interview, we prep you. We ask you all these questions. We look at your interview. We look at the role you're applying for. Look at the possible questions they can ask you, both technical, behavioral questions. Throw the question at you as if you are in the real interview. And then when you answer the questions, if there are places you need corrections, we take you through how to answer those questions. Then we do the interview for you again and ensure that you are able to say your answers correctly. So that is that. So Jane, if you are interested, please reach out to us. Another question Jane has, he said, filling long, tedious form, yet they've sent your CV. That is understandable. There are a lot of people seeking for a job. There's a time in Rwanda we were looking for an intern. I think, yeah, we're looking for 2 interns actually. And we got close to, I think, is it 35 applications within 2 days or 3 days? Yeah. We're looking for 2 interns. We got close to 35 applications. So we need a way, if you are recruiting, you need a way to sieve out the best of the best. So the long, tedious form is one, to make sure that you can go up and above for the organization you're working with. We don't need a lazy person in our organization. We need somebody that is fully committed. It might be stressful, but it's worth it. So if you are giving a long, tedious form after you've sent out your CV, it might be the policy of the organization. It might also be a way to weed out people who are not detailed enough. Yeah, so that is that. It is what it is. You can't blame the organization for that. It's just a way to also play safe and get the best of it. For instance, some of the questions we were asking for people who filled this who are on this Zoom call, who fill the question. Some people don't feel anything. Some people just say agent job. Those are not, if that's supposed to be an interview, I won't pick you. People are asking, I think I am anxious during interviews, can I do? Another person is just an agent's job. You don't expect me to pick that kind of person, assuming it's a job. So it's just a way to weed out people. So please be patient. If there are long, tedious forms for you after they've asked for your CV, please take your time. If you're really interested in the job, there are some jobs you're not interested in. If you're interested in a job, please go ahead and take your time to fill out the long, tedious form, because there's nothing you can do about it. So the next question I have here is, how can I get my CV to impress my employer? How can I get my CV to impress my employer? Actually, I don't think the aim of the CV is to impress. The aim of the CV is basically to showcase your skills and what you have done. But if by all means that means impress to you, then that is it. I would have preferred, how can I make my CV stand out for the job, or stand out to my recruiter? Because interestingly, every year, different universities in Rwanda would graduate students that from for the same degree. In your class, you would have, I don't know how large you guys are in Rwanda, but because of my background, when I graduated for my first degree, I think we were 65 in class. And 65 of us having the same certificate. It's a long thing, because when you write your CV, you just say, oh, I have a BS in this course. Means that 65 of us have the same BSc. So how do I stand out? You can stand out by volunteering. You can stand out by involving in extracurricular activities when you're in school. There are different organizations you can join. ISEC, BOS, JCI, there is Rotaract in school. These are extracurricular activities. You can join them because they do activities that are community-based. They go into community, they do projects. That can be a way to stand out. Secondly, if there are specific projects that you've done in school, you can take the lead. Maybe you are part of the, sometimes in school they have, I don't know for Rwanda, but where I came from, there used to be this student representative council that we have. And be part of the student representative council if you want to go into anything that has to do with leadership. So it means that while you are doing that, you're getting a bit above people who just come to class, do the normal classwork and just go. And then if you come out with a good grade too, it's also a way to impress your employer. Of course, people come out with first class, show some sense of impression. We create some sense of impression compared to somebody who finished with the third class. So how do you get your CV? Another thing you can do, aside your having an education, is, I think I mentioned it before, get extra skills. Know how to use graphic design. Everybody uses Canva now. Go and learn Canva. Everybody know you need to know how to use Excel. Go and learn that skill. You know how to do this. Just get skills that are okay. Get 21st century skills. I think that's what I'm looking for. Get 21st century skills. Know how to use a laptop, a computer. Know how to do this, do that. That can place you above. And then of course, the more jobs you get, be more specific. When you get a job, be able to show what you did in the role. If you're a salesperson, if you're an accountant, if there's a particular role you're handling, you're a leader of a particular group, what are the things you're able to lead the group to achieve? All of these things will make your CV stand out and impress your employer. I don't know if there are other questions. Please let me know. Okay, the question 7 here says, what can I do to always get job alerts on LinkedIn account? How do I apply on LinkedIn job adverts? This is a very hands-on question that I really wish that we can show you how to do these things. Aaron is not on this call. I don't know if Aaron is on this call, but the last time we had this session, we did LinkedIn optimization, and Ash was able to show us in practical times some of the things, rudiments of how to use a LinkedIn. Also, I'm going to say that please, if you can afford it, please take our LinkedIn course, Git optimization on LinkedIn. This is something you should know. This is something that you as a young person to know. Another alternative I can give you right now on this call is that 2 things actually. Number 1, go to Prikkle Academy Rwanda YouTube page. Look at the April edition or April 2024 edition of Get Employed Pre-Workshop, where we spoke about LinkedIn optimization. After you have done that, then go on YouTube again and find out how to do this. But if you need somebody to hold your hands and make this happen, somebody to guide you so that you don't have to sieve through over the 1001 videos on YouTube, you can pay for one of our courses. You can pay for our digital footprint courses. I think it's not expensive. It's like, I think 15K, I guess. Yeah, 15K. 15K. And then you do all of this is you get alerts on your LinkedIn account. And of course, you will know how to apply. Because on LinkedIn, there's easy apply, where you just apply on the LinkedIn. But usually, when you see an advert on LinkedIn about a particular organization, what I do personally will be to type the name of that organization on Google so that I find their website. And I go on their website, I look at what they do because it gives me more knowledge. It familiarizes me, or I familiarize myself with the organization. So it helps me to put in better application. Okay. But again, if you need somebody to hold your hand and make that happen, please reach out to us. We will make that happen for you. Together with you, you get the job. The next question is, I'm a nurse involved in community health program often, I guess. How is it possible to know an advert that matches my career? Interesting. One of the things you will do when you're setting up your LinkedIn account, I'm saying LinkedIn because this person was also the person that asked the last question, is that once you are able to optimize your LinkedIn account, which is why I said you should look at our last month's session on LinkedIn optimization, you'll be able to do your profile and set your skill and all of that in a way that people that are jobs that are recommended to you by LinkedIn will be one that already matches your career. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to do too much. Once you get it, once you are able to set do your LinkedIn optimization, LinkedIn will automatically bring jobs that are in your niche, the niche you've set to you. So maybe like NGO jobs, community development jobs, even nursing jobs to you. And if you, the good thing is you can even set it if there are specific countries you are looking at working other than the country where you're currently at. It helps you to achieve all of that. Okay, so the ninth question. I told you we have 10 questions, so we're almost done. I think we are within schedule. We're almost done. So the number nine question is, what are things to share on LinkedIn to make people engage with your post when you don't have that kind of strong profile? Okay, I think one thing you should know that everybody on LinkedIn is there to connect. Everybody on LinkedIn is there to connect. So if you're not connecting with people, people might not connect with you. You don't have to wait till people start connecting with you. How well are you engaging on other people's posts? You don't expect people to run after you when you're basically not reaching out to them. You have to extend the first arm of friendship. You have to comment. You don't have to always like. You should be intentional because you are at this phase where you're trying to build your profile. You don't like alone. You can like, but you also comment. So like, don't comment, don't like only. This you should do. Number two, make sure that you are posting regularly. Post regular things. You say you don't know what to share. A lot of things to share. Amazing things to share. You read books, write about it. There's a comment you saw somewhere that resonates with you. Write about the comment and say, oh, this resonates with me because one and two, three things happened. There's something, you got a new job, something to write about. You learned a new thing, something to write about. You visited a new place, you went for an event, something to write about. So there are a lot of things to share on LinkedIn. And when you share, people see it. At first, people might not, rush and be, because they're also trying to know you, it just come in. But the more you engage with their posts, they are able to know, oh, this is who this person is, even if they've not met you physically, and also comment on your post. I hope I answered this question in answer. But if there are other questions, or if there are still things you want me to shed more light on, please do let me know. And again, LinkedIn, please, if you are here still having issues with your LinkedIn, go to the session we had last time. And maybe one of these days during the Get Employed Pre-Workshop, we can bring back LinkedIn and let's talk about other things on LinkedIn. And if you can't wait for that long, please take up our courses and you'll be able to answer all of these things that you're struggling with when it comes to LinkedIn. Okay, so the last question is, what can motivate us in waiting moments? I mean, when we are facing with a lot of rejection. The thing is, there's always a starting point for things. People get rejection, people get rejected. Excuse me. People get rejected always. You win some, you lose some. But know that when you're trying to get a job, it's a game of numbers. You can't apply for 5 jobs and expect that all of them scale through. You can apply for 5 jobs and not get any. But if you apply for 20 jobs, or you apply for 20 jobs, not even one person is calling you back for an interview, you may have to have a think, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? So it's not more about the rejection. The waiting period is for you to improve yourself. It will get to a time that if you put in 5 applications, 3 will come back good because it means that you have what they are looking for. So I'm just going to say that don't see rejection right now as a failure. See it as a means to improve yourself. See it as a means to do better, because people that are selecting, what are they doing better? Are you sure that you have the required skills or the required education that the jobs are asking you for? Because some people just apply for any job. Oh, today I want to be a reception executive assistant. Tomorrow I want to work as a salesperson. Next tomorrow I want to work as a teller or as a cashier. If you're applying like that, please, you know that you have to face a lot of rejection. It can be, overwhelming and sad sometimes because you feel you've put in a lot of work, but that's not the thing. You are not applying, you're not putting in your application strategically. So how do you motivate yourself? If you feel that you're doing the right thing, you're applying for the right job, you have the right skill set, your cover letter is good, your CV is good, and you're still facing rejection, they're not calling you back for not even for an interview, it means that there's still something wrong. That's what I would say. It means that there's still something. But if you've done all of these things and you feel it's not coming back well, and you're still so you feel it's your waiting moment, I will take it that you learn more skills. You don't feel rejected. You build during those periods, use it to build your network. Get into events, get on online, maybe LinkedIn and all of that. Use Eventbrite to find the event in your niche, make connection, because sometimes recommendations comes through networking, through getting more connections. So use that waiting moment to get more connections. See it as a period where you get more connection, that when you eventually get the job, you have everything that you need to make the job work. So two things again that I'm going to reiterate where you are facing a lot of rejection. Make sure that number one is make sure that you've done everything possible. Your CV is in place, you've optimized your LinkedIn account, your cover letter is in place, you're well prepared for your interview and all of that. That's first thing. Number two, if you've done all of that and you still feel, oh, I'm still getting a lot of rejection, then you move forward to networking, you know, network with people, even by volunteering, you are networking with people because it helps you to know more people to even collaborate with and can eventually help you with recommendations. So that's what I would say that you can do during this period. All right, people. It is 7:49. And I know that was supposed to spend 5 minutes. We actually started by 7:04, so that gives us till 7:54, 7:55 to end this meeting. So we're still right on time. So I don't know if there's anybody on this call who have something to chip in. But before you say anything, I would like to ask if Fash has one or two things to say to what you've said so far during this period.
Thank you very much, Rachel. I think you've covered most of the things, and I think the answers are just very good as well. The only thing I will probably add is something that has to do with LinkedIn. So, and this is not just LinkedIn. So there are jobs on many other platforms as well. Almost every platform, almost every social media platform, including TikTok, for example. All of these platforms have different opportunities. Again, one of the things I've seen that is usually very challenging for people is that they don't know how to find these jobs. So yeah, and you need a bit of skill to be able to find them. So many young people, many professionals constantly say they can't find the jobs, they can't find the opportunities, but truly they are there because there are many people as well that are looking for people like you. They're looking for your skills, they're looking for your talent. They can't find you. They're posting, nobody is finding their post. So you need to arm yourself with the skill to be able to find the things that people post that are looking for you. Yes, the potential employer as well are supposed to learn how to post to be seen. But many times, it's not so much of their problem because they have the money, they have the roles that they want you to fill, but for you, you're not filling those roles. And so it's a problem from both ends. But at least for you looking for the jobs and looking for the opportunities, learn the skill to search. It's a powerful skill. Beyond just using it to search for jobs or search for different opportunities, you can also use the same skill to search for people, to search for places, to search for an information. So that's the only thing I'm going to add. That your ability to search is powerful. your ability to find things is powerful. Because one of the things that waste a lot of time for different people, not just in jobs, not just in workplace, is spending time to search for things. So imagine that you wake up in the morning and you're supposed to go somewhere within the next 30 minutes. Now, you can't find the key to your house. The only reason why you can't find the key to your house is either because you usually place your key somewhere where, or you always place your key in many places. But imagine if you always place your key in a particular place, you'll find the key. So it's the same thing with searching online. Because people don't put the jobs in one place, and that's why LinkedIn jobs are quite nice, because it's one place. You just go there, you find it. But online, people don't always put their jobs or their opportunities on LinkedIn jobs. So it means that you need to develop the skill to be able to find the key that people already posted or placed in different places, just like the key that you're looking for in your house. So the skill to be able to search that key, even if you don't live in that house, is powerful. LinkedIn jobs, straight away, you find it, you know, these are the jobs that is there. But the other places, people might not put it in the same place. And it means that you actually need to look for them. So that's the only thing I'm going to add, that please learn the skill of searching for opportunities, searching for things that is relevant for your growth, relevant for your organization, relevant for your community. And I believe that's something really special that will really take you very far. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us. It's really powerful. Learn how to search, because searching is even the bedrock of any job you want to get. You need to know that the job, they're actually looking for someone to occupy a particular role before you apply. Thank you so much for sharing that. Enata, you have any words to share with us before we call it a day? Enata, are you there? Okay, I take it that you're not there. And then the last person that, okay, Enata,
Sorry, Rachel. Well, I'm
hi.
around. I was just hi,
Okay.
Rachel.
So,
I
any
was in
any
another.
comments before we call it today?
No, I was just want to thank you for I got answered for my questions. So thank you so much for your hard work. You are a very highly skilled individuals. So thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. This person that
Mhm.
has my name, I don't know. I think Zoom is acting funny, but if you'd like to unmute yourself, please go ahead. Let's hear your voice. Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. It's been amazing, amazing, amazing time, reading out all of these questions and sharing beautiful answers and responses to them. Again, like I said, Prikkle Academy Rwanda is a company based in Kigali, Rwanda. And what we do basically is to, support young people and professionals with skills, resources that they need to excel and land decent jobs. So you need help with anything related to your career, education, and all of that, please reach out to us. We might be able to help you. We, of course, will be able to help you. And there's any of these questions that resonate with you that you want to take up any of our courses, our mock interview courses, our data optimization courses, that's through LinkedIn, either LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. Reach out to us, our CV optimization program, please reach out to us, or you even want to choose any of our career coaching where we help you with, doing like an overhauling of your career and then helping you decide to become better in what you do and even earn a better pay. Please reach out to us. We are quite affordable. So, and then you're gonna get like huge value for money. One of the last thing I'm going to share here is a free tip. We have an online community called Prikkle Global. And It's a free community for sharing internship, fellowship programs, internship roles, fellowship programs, job roles, especially in Rwanda. So if you want to join this group, please, you can message us on the phone number right there, 07090003969. Just chat to us. It's free. It's just a community for young people, early career students, early career professionals, to come together and have access to the opportunities that we'll be sharing on the platform. So thank you once again for your time tonight. It's been wonderful having you join us. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.